So this is about the experience going over to the GED and Pie Shop. So I went. This place is called like the BAH Tech Center, which is they do some medical testing there for people that are getting certified to like CNAs and whatnot. But it's simple certificates. And then they have next door. It's like two offices down, in this like little center office area. Is called a Pie Falutin. It's a place that only makes pies, special rare pies. So I go into the car with my mother after the test. When I get into the she pulls up right when I leave, right when I get out of the GED center. So I go in there to buy a piece of pie, and I ask my mom, "Hey, do you want a piece of pie?" She said, "Oh no, I'm fine." So she doesn't, but I want to go ahead and buy her a piece of pie anyway, just for her, just for the company of her taking me, and in case if she didn't want it, she could throw it away. And they're very expensive. They're like $10 a piece of pie, just like a small piece of pie. And I go in there, and I hear there's some group of white people sitting at a table, and they're all blonde and blue eyes, and they're acting obnoxious right when I walk in there. And the second I walk in there, I hear one of the transgenders, because there's only transgenders and one gay guy that looks like Ken Cooper, sitting at the table with like 3 or 4 other people. And then there's some other little white kids sort of to the corner. And I guess they were their kids or something. But one of the transgenders yells out and says, he goes, "Yeah, I got enough money for that." And it's like looking at the corner of something. I don't know what it meant. I don't know what's going on, but they're always like yelling out things to affiliate my personal life. Like it has to do associations with me or directed at me, derogatory at me. It doesn't matter about what they're talking about. It's at me. But a lot of times they won't look at me, but they're yelling intentionally, or they will look at me. I'm ignoring it, get my pieces of pie, and I can just tell when they're looking at me like it's not good. This is like, I want you in a coffin, I want you buried at a cemetery with a tombstone, and I'd be glad when you're dead. That makes me more happy when I get rid of your life. That's what the whole situation is. The vibe. Get my pies and I, take a picture, receipt, and walk out. I don't even want to be in there because they're going to just want to take shots. While I'm standing outside, my mom just like parked. And there's a guy all of a sudden shows up, blonde hair and blue eyes, starts charging, and he goes like this. Like he has a gun, like this. Like, "You want to come? I'm going to shoot you?" And he's doing this because I talked about some of the guy having a gun. Now, it's to intimidate me and threaten me. Now, just keep in mind, I'm just right next door to a GED center taking a math test, and this is like a medical training facility, very small, where it's just a testing center for like CNAs and whatnot, very minor certificates. And I'm just standing, and my mom watches this guy as he's like running very quickly to charge at me, and does this, like he has a gun in his hand, like. And I'm not saying anything, and I just look at him, kind of nervous, and then I look over at my mother to signal to her, "Look what's happening." I don't think of anything, and my mom says, "What happened? Why come you're not going to get your pie?" And I tell her, I says, "Están peleando por los," I'm like, the corpse. And I said, like, they're fighting over my dead sister corpse. Like, it's just a tug of war of this dead little girl. I know what this topic is about. Like, this is not me instigating it, okay? So I'd rather stand outside and stay away from that. And I walk in there for a moment, and I can tell, the second I walk in there, back in there, the guy that has a gun, there's maybe 5 people in there. There's probably a total of 5 adults in there, 3 workers, and like 3 kids. And the second I walk in there, the guy starts looking like he's looking at a coffin with looks to be all the, where they have sandwiches and drinks and whatnot, little drinks. Well, it's like a coffin, like a little dead, and he starts acting very intimidating, like he's the one that's patrolling the dead little girl, dead little Miranda. I know I'm the one that's controlled. But he's acting very hostile to make it uncomfortable for me to be standing there any longer. And So I walked back outside very quickly, waited a couple minutes. I said, no, están ahí peleando por el cuerpo. They're fighting in there for the body. And that's what they're doing. Because I don't want to play a part of it. And I look again, it looks like this lady that looks like Barack Obama's daughter, right? Because this is what this is about. Transgender power. And I walk in there, so I get my pies, and I said, both of them are in here, and she goes, yeah, right there. And this is what this said, like, does that to me. And I just don't say anything, but it's nasty talking to be nasty. So I get the pies and I walk in. I got a Zillionaire pie and I got a Texas pecan pie. When I walk into the car, I give my mom, I say, I bought you a pie anyway, just in case if you want it or not. So I get in the car, and as I'm handing her the pie, I said, mira, they're taunting you right there. This is what I'm talking about. This is que estoy diciendo. Mira cómo te están moqueando. They're mocking you. And the white guy that's sitting in there with these transgenders and these white people, he starts eating his food like he's taunting my mother. Like he's expressing enjoyment, like eating his, like all of a sudden you can tell he's directing it at my mother. My mom looks over at this piece of shit, and he keeps taunting her. Mira, a veces que te dije, mire qué está haciendo. Te está monteando, mira, que he's laughing, like he's taunting, and he's sitting at a table, like, remember, because this is about my dead little sister who didn't have a burial, and how Ken Cooper and the white supremacists took over her dead little body and is going to give her, and there were angels and there were the protectors for Sarah Cooper, right? Because that's the whole topic. These people know what they're doing. They do this in front of my mother. My mother, this is not my mother. My mother's a triplet. And I'm looking at my mother's triplet, and I can tell that her expression is not good looking at this person. Like, she knows that this motherfucker is like eating my dead sisters on the table, and he's making sure he enjoys eating her dead corpse. I'll have your heart. Oh, white power. Show you how Ken Cooper does it for the faggots and gays. The gays and transgenders always get it. And he starts like just mocking the situation. You know when you're doing that, you're mocking about the dead little girl and about what's happening in the circumstances. And this is what I talk about. If there's cameras in there, you'll see what's happening. If there's cameras outside, you'll see what's happening. If you see the cameras inside the GED Center, you'll see what's happening. And I have to retreat the situation and avoid, but they're running in and out. The GED Center, I walk into this pie store. They get somebody that starts behaving like Sarah Cooper when I walk in there as well. They start role-playing, acting roles when I'm in there. I'm in there with my mother. This person is, like in the car, this person is taunting my mother. Right to her face. Right to her fucking face. I said, mira qué está haciendo. And he goes, I know my mother better than how she always used to talk about situations and these motherfuckers that behave like that. He was taunting her right in her face. He's eating the dead corpse of my sister. Like, this is what you can know what this topic is about. He's right there. And Barack Obama's daughter lookalike is sitting right there just enjoying it, having a good time. And this is all they're fucking doing. And I'm just getting a piece of pie after I failed the GED test. Like, I'm not doing anything. I'm not trying to cause any trouble. I'm not trying to, and this is all they're fucking doing. And when I walk in there, I told you before, this motherfucker is like like taunting the situation. Look at the cameras. If there's cameras in there. Who's sending these people? My mother is sitting there having to witness this motherfucker fight for Ken Cooper as he's eating like my dead sister's corpse, like right there, like making a big taunt about it. Like, and I could tell by looking at her, she's thinking about her daughter. Like, she's thinking about this little girl. And this white supremacist motherfucker with a table full of transgender motherfuckers playing their Ku Klux Klan. Then see who's going to win the fight for Ken Cooper and the white supremacists and the faggots and the transgenders. I swear to God, this is what they were doing. I looked at my mother, and I could tell by looking at this, my mother's twin, this is about that dead little girl and how he's eating up her dead corpse, and he's laughing it right in front of your face. There he is right there, laughing in front of your face for President Barack Obama. Look at the cameras.